The Vera Time Mission. The Vera Time Mission. The Vera Time Mission. The Vera Time Mission. Let's talk about it. 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 On the Vera Time Show. Let's talk about it. Yeah.
Unlock your success. Hi, my name is Vera Thomas, as you already know, and I'm excited about my guest that I have today. Hello, Dagmar. How are you today?
I am fabulous, Vera, and I'm excited to be here with you.
Well, I'm excited to have you here. And let me just share with our audience a little bit about Dagmar Fleming. She is not just a success coach, an intuitive healer. She is also a four-time best-selling author and a seasoned entrepreneur. As the founder of Unlock Your Success mentorship programs, she is on a mission to empower business owners and entrepreneurs to accelerate their growth, increase their income, and fulfill their life purpose for even more profound impact. With over 20 years of experience in international business management, Dagmar has honed her expertise to develop a transformative triple quantum reset biz process. This process helps entrepreneurs heal core emotional wounds, transform limiting beliefs, and break destructive habits. Through this journey, she empowers her clients to shed what's been holding them back and activate their limitless possibilities within them. In 2020, recognizing the need for a supportive community, Dagmar established the Athena Circle. This vibrant community is dedicated to bringing visionary women together to manifest abundance, amplify their impact, and create a thriving legacy. Can you tell us about you? Okay, so Dagmar, that's a little bit about you. But what I want you to do is share with our audience your journey, from the beginning to where you are now and what has driven your purpose and your passion.
Well, thank you, Vera. As you can imagine, listening to my accent, even though I live in Texas, I'm not exactly a born Texan, although I got here as fast as I could. I was born in Poland, and during times that were pretty difficult, we lived under communism. And that political system came with its own values and concepts that centered around poverty as a virtue, struggle as something that was just daily existence. And we knew we had to keep our heads down. So being humble and not standing out was a way to feel safer in that system. So I left Poland, came to America, the land of free entrepreneurship, individuality, And boy, was I excited. I set up on a corporate career where I excelled increasingly in international business development to the point where I decided to open my own global consulting company. So my life was fabulous. I felt like universe rolled out a red carpet for me. But as you can imagine, Vera, when you were raised to be poor, to be humble, to not stand out, these beliefs often come back and sabotage where you are now. And that's exactly what happened to me. So, as my business excelled, I found myself completely uncomfortable with my success. I was making more in a month than my father did in a year during his life, during his work. And I just felt unworthy of the money. Plus, all these concepts that said money is bad, especially when you come from a Catholic country where we know the virtue is in being poor. All of these beliefs traveled with me across the ocean. So we can say communism was haunting me even after I left it. And that's where my life hit this dark night of a soul, a point of crisis where I had to really pause, look into myself, look within, and figure out why would I ever stop myself from embracing the prosperity, the entrepreneurship, the everything that I ever dreamed about. And this became a foundation of my modality called the triple quantum reset. Because in a moment of this intuitive insight, I suddenly, we can say, downloaded or had an instantaneous awareness of why people struggle. And I realized that it's a layer of emotional baggage compounded with limiting beliefs that were a result of what we went through, and then reinforced through destructive behaviors that were at the foundation of these beliefs is what causes us to inadvertently block ourselves in life. So that's how Unlock Your Success mentorship programs was born. I went through the program myself. I was the first guinea pig. My life bounced back. I felt better than ever before, feeling good about making money. And I set up on this journey to helping other entrepreneurs also reach their potential.
That is beautiful. And you said that a lot of these misconceived beliefs and things of that nature stemmed from our childhood. And when you consider that 64% of adults who have unresolved issues and trauma and drama, it stems from childhood. And so even our mindset for success can be limited. So let me ask you, what are some of the key components of a success mindset, and how do you help your clients develop that?
Thank you for that question because it's very important as entrepreneurs that we stay true to our course. Entrepreneurial journey is difficult. There will be times when you will doubt yourself, when you will create a marketing strategy that completely bombed. But if you take that as a reflection of who you are and what you want to bring to the world, then you will derail yourself. So, success mindset doesn't require for you to be always correct, to be always right. My invitation for everyone is to erase the word failure from your vocabulary forever, because honestly, there is no such thing. It simply means that we are learning about what works and we make adjustment. So agility is something that I believe is a value that will carry entrepreneurs into massive success because we're simply constantly adjusting to the new circumstances, to our clients, what their needs are, how they're changing. And then perseverance. Do not quit your marathon uh, 200 yards away from the end, or in meters. I'm not sure, actually. I'm not in metric system, so I hope it's close. Think of it as 2 meters, 6 feet away from the end line, because again, success needs to be built upon. There is such thing as quantum leap, which can exponentially expedite our journey towards success, but we still have that foundation. And it is built when we allow ourselves to make little mistakes, learn from them, and apply the wisdom to our future actions.
Absolutely. And even Thomas Edison, who tried over and over and over and over and over and over again with the light bulb, what he said was, at least I know hundreds of ways not to do it. And so it's not about, and I like what you said when you said, erase the word failure from your vocabulary, because it's where we're learning, and it's about the challenge and learning how to do it right. I think about Abraham Lincoln, who ran for office 11 times and said he failed. However, within that failure, he learned lessons that made him one of the greatest presidents that we've ever had. So I agree with you wholeheartedly in terms of trying to erase failure. If we think of it as a challenge, if we think of it as a lesson learned versus failure, I love that. I love that. So,
Vera, think about a child when we're little toddlers and we're trying to learn how to walk. Do you see any of them falling on their bumps and saying, I'm a failure?
no, of course, they just get back up and try it again. And
Exactly. And that's what we should be doing in our entrepreneurial journeys.
absolutely. And also consider that maybe that particular journey is not really the journey you're supposed to be on. It could be something else that you're supposed to be doing. And these are things that are letting you know you're maybe on the wrong track. So let me ask you, how do you help your clients develop these this mindset and the components of the mindset?
Well, it's very important that entrepreneurs think bigger. It is amazing how we are programmed to be realistic. But guess what? The word realistic is the enemy of your dreams. We
Woo! Say that
really,
again. Say that again. Say that again.
the word realistic is the enemy of your dreams. Why? Because most people will be afraid of potential judgment by others. So they're afraid to speak their dreams into reality, which we know per law of manifestation, what we say is what we create.
Yes.
Unfortunately, most of us are trained to do very small goals that maybe have a slight incremental increase, like 5-10%. But remember, the how you perceive yourself is the results that you will get. So we really have to change your own perception of what you believe you're capable of. Because recently my mom called me and said, I'm watching this show where a man lifted a multi-ton sedan car because there was a child caught underneath. And scientists are saying that it should not be possible. This person should not have a capacity to lift a car. But in that situation with the child underneath it, the power of intent overrode the physical reality. So if
That's
we apply this in business, if we say, you know what, I am going for $1 million in my business and nothing's going to stop me, I will think like $1 million business owner. What you will watch is you will start taking a completely different action, an action that will position you for the type of growth that you seek in your business.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And when that adrenaline rushed in because that child was underneath that car. It wasn't about his strength, it was about that supernatural strength. And that's the kind of strength that we need as, or mindset really, that we need when we're moving forward in the things that God has planned for us and purpose for us in our business and in our lives, actually, because what you're teaching is not just germane to business women and entrepreneurs, but if we can have that kind of mindset in our lives as a whole, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Well, our intent is always what creates our reality. And I think when we go into business, especially for ourselves, but it also applies to executives, professionals, it is really important to know that what you say
Oh,
is what you
yeah.
manifest.
Yes, words
So,
matter.
yeah, so instead of saying to yourself, I cannot do it. This is too difficult for me. I am unclear about what to do, using what I call the leverage of power questions. This is one of the strategies I teach to my clients, leverage the art of question. And the question number one is, are you ready for this, Vera?
Wait a minute. I'm putting leverage of power questions first
So the
because you see that I'm typing as you talk.
let's
Okay,
let's
so
let's see if our audience is ready. Drop us a comment. Ready for power question
yes,
number
yes, come
one?
on, talk to us, talk to us. Okay,
Yeah.
what is it?
All right. I'm revealing it for everyone in the world. The question number one is, why is it so easy? And then you plug in your goal. Because imagine if you say, I want to add $10,000 extra in my income this month, most people will immediately go into, oh my goodness, how is this going to happen? This is too difficult. Where will I find clients? Who's going to pay me $10,000? The brain starts telling you why this is not possible. But what if you say, why is it so easy to lose 20 pounds? Why is it so easy to find a life partner that matches what I want to accomplish in my life? Why is it so easy to get into the university? Why is it so easy to find the VA that matches my expectations? Now the brain is programmed evolutionarily to give you the answer. And the answer has to match a question. So the quality of your question determines the quality of your answer. If you say, why is it so difficult? You damn right it's going to be difficult. So instead, ask why it is easy, and you will
I
see
love
how your life
that.
changes. Why is it so easy to get on the show with Vera? Because she is an amazing host and so lovely to talk to.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. Why is it so easy to talk to Dagmar and get all this knowledge and wisdom and education? Why is that so easy?
Because life
I
should
love
be
it.
easy. It should be easy. Hardship is the number one program, followed right by unworthiness, that I have to help my clients overcome, release, cancel, and clear. One is I have to work hard for my money or hard for my accomplishments. The other one is, even if I work hard and I do get the money, or I do get the big house, or I do get a promotion, then the program number two immediately kicks in and says, I'm just not good enough. I'm not worthy of my promotion. I don't deserve my raise. And then we go into sabotaging behavior.
Yes. Yes. And we do not want to be saboteurs of our lives. Not at
Nope,
all. Not at all. So let
nope.
me ask you, let me ask you. So we talked about some of these misconceived conceptions. Of, but let's talk, I want to come back to that question. What are some common misconceived misconceptions about traditional methods of healing and personal development? Because healing is a mind, body, soul, physical, mental, emotional, it's all of that. So tell me about the difference between these misconceptions about traditional methods of healing.
Hmm. And I very much appreciate this question because when I was sabotaging my own success, I tried the conventional methods. I went to personal development conferences and I read a lot of books, and they helped a bit. But they didn't move me out of the sabotaging behavior that I was in, where I would not follow up with my clients, I would not charge them for the work accomplished, or I would go to a trade show and never even bother to follow up with prospects that specifically asked me to work with them. So, in that instantaneous download that I received of triple quantum reset modality, I understood that there's something much deeper going on. And what happens is that when we think back to the negative experience that was really core in your life, something that really affected you, maybe your parents divorced and your mother left with your brother or sister, and you were left alone in a house with the rest of the family feeling abandoned. That would cause a lot of anxiety later on in your life, which would showcase itself through the way you become codependent on other people, whether in professional or personal relationships. Perhaps when you were little, you wanted to play with the kids. You walked into a sandbox and they shunned you. They didn't want to play with you. And today you are an introvert. You're afraid to be a public speaker because you remember not being accepted. Maybe in the meetings, business meetings, you just sit quietly, never sharing your ideas. What happens is these negative experiences had emotions of anger, sadness, hurt, shame, guilt, fear, apathy, resignation, and they were all compounded on what happened to you. Today, those emotions locked you into that experience and hold you hostage. And until you release the actual emotional charge, which I call the energetic imprint, then your subconscious mind cannot accept a new idea of you. In other words, how could your subconscious mind tell you that you're an excellent speaker if all you remember is being 7 years old, reciting a poem, and other kids laughing you, right?
Yes, and this is so powerful what you're saying, because there's so many adults, again, 64% of adults experience exactly what you're talking about. And a lot of times we think we've overcome, and we think we've gotten past that, but yet we're still not moving in the direction of this quantum triple method that you're talking about, because subconsciously all that fear, all that doubt, all that anxiety, all the trauma is still in the back of our heads. And so understanding, so how do people get past that? What do we do? What do we do?
Well, we have to understand the core emotions attached to this negative experience in order to move past it. So, the way I explain it to my clients, imagine that you have a plant that is wilting away. And most people at that point will try to cut the leaves off or water it or put it in the sun. What they are doing is they are using a conscious action, like a conscious behavior, to change the outcome. So think about it. If you want to lose weight, most people will immediately go into cutting their food and calories. They haven't figured out why they're overeating. Is there a bit of a depression going on? Are they emotionally maybe compensating for something going on in their lives? Instead, they just lunge into this, I need to cut my calories. And because of that, most of them sooner or later goes back to the same weight. So what's underneath that? Well, if we look at the plant, the level underneath is the roots. And these roots symbolize your subconscious mind. So a lot of times people who seek change will try affirmations. Like they've got no money, but somebody told them you just have to repeat to yourself that you're rich. And then magically you will reprogram yourself. But here's the problem. How can you reprogram your mind that you're rich when you're looking at the checking account and you see zero money?
And
So, so what's the problem? The problem is below the roots. The problem is in the soil itself. And what happens when the plant is in acidic soil, Vera? What happens to the plant?
it dies.
It dies. But it doesn't if you yank it out of that soil and put it in a new one. And
And you
that's
know,
exactly what we need to do.
exactly. And I want to kind of touch on what you said about affirmations because in order for affirmations to truly, truly work, you've got to feel it. You've got to see it. You've got to believe it as though it already exists. So often people say these affirmations, but they're not feeling it, they're not seeing it. And so that's why they don't work. But I remember as a result of me needing to gain confidence and from being not having confidence because of trauma, drama, and abuse, I would fall asleep at night saying, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident. I would speak it. And every minute that I got, I was, I'm confident, I'm confident, I'm confident, because I wanted this confidence so bad. That's what makes affirmations work. When you want it so bad and you're getting past what you see. Because in looking at what I saw, I wasn't a confident person. But by saying it over and over and over again, and then teaching my son as a child having affirmations that other people started saying to him, but children are so pliable. If you speak those into their lives, they're going to believe it more so than adults do. And so I just wanted to kind of, comment on that. So,
Vera, what you were doing, and thank you for saying that, you were creating a cohesion between what you desired to manifest in your life and the words that you were implanting in your mind. And that's precisely what we are talking about. If you start believing, if you truly expand your concept of self, as you kept saying to yourself, I am confident, you were giving yourself permission to feel confident or to feel what it would feel like to be confident. And in doing so, it's like, when you take a rubber band and you do it first time, it's really tough, right? But with time, you're expanding it. And as you're expanding it, right, it becomes bigger and bigger and bigger. So when affirmation is done properly, when there is a congruency between your desire and what you're programming yourself to do, that's when it starts working on you. So that's perfect, Vera. That's exactly the way we need to change what we believe we're capable of.
yes, now you said expand the conscious. Because I want to type that in. So, what exactly were you saying? Expand the conscious.
Vera, I channel all the time. I cannot possibly say what I said. But essentially, when you expand your container, when you expand your consciousness and concept of what you believe you're capable of, what it boils down to at the end of the day, Vera, is that we run these stories. And these stories tell us, I can be a good ballerina, but I cannot be a good cook. So now you launch your ballerina career and you never try cooking. But what if you actually are amazing at creating your recipes, amazing at whipping out those gourmet meals, but you just never gave yourself permission to try? So when you expand the idea of what you are capable of, when you scratch all of these ways where you told yourself, I cannot, I will not, I might not, just scratch it. X, 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 delete, delete, delete. What you are left with is another question. What if I can?
Yes. And I love when you say delete, delete. So, audience, even if you're hearing these things in your mind or you're speaking them out of your mouth, you can actually say out loud, I cancel that. I delete it. I delete it.
I
No, I
do it
don't
all the
accept
time.
this.
Yeah. That's so
Yes.
clear. That's so clear.
Yes.
You know that movie Zorro when he does Z? I'm like,
Yes.
so clear, like a Zorro.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, listen, I've got to go to a commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about your books and we're going to talk about your two programs that you have and how people can take advantage of this wisdom that we're sharing here today. So we will be right back. Let me get this commercial right quick.
Hallelujah.
Hey there, Jason McNamara here, and I'm about to drop something truly game-changing your way. Are you tired of the same old 9-to-5 grind, feeling stuck in obtaining the life you deserve and craving something more? Well, listen up, because I've got something you will not want to miss. Introducing the No More 9-to-5 Club Professional Membership, your ticket to freedom and success in the entrepreneurial world. With our professional membership, you'll get access to weekly coaching sessions, pre-recorded trainings, and a vibrant community of fellow game changers. You get access to technology that will allow you to automate passive income streams, as well as unlock all of our expert-led trainings in the back office so you know where to go for good advice when you need it. You will also use the club to build up a residual income stream with a 2-tier 33% affiliate commission unlocked at this level, allowing you to help people help themselves while generating a residual passive income stream for yourself. And here's the kicker. For a limited time, you can unlock all of this just for a $1.11 donation to our club foundation.
I like this one.
Your first month is on us. So what's holding you back? Click the link below, make your donation, and let's start building the life and business of your dreams together. Here at the No More 9-to-5 Club, we're all about turning dreams into reality and smashing through those glass ceilings.
That's what I'm talking about, Jake.
Whether you're a seasoned entrepreneur or just starting out, we've got the tools and support you need to thrive and evolve. And don't forget to sign up for our bootcamp training. It's the perfect way to kickstart your journey and unlock even more perks. So what are you waiting for? Join the No More 9-to-5 Club today and let's make those dreams a reality. I can't wait to see you on the inside. You only get one now. Invest it in your better future. Let's make magic happen together.
More 9 to 5. Let me tell you, this is an organization, a networking, a masterminding, a way to look at residual income. And this is for entrepreneurs that want to take their business to another level. This is for company or people who may work a 9 to 5, but it's not enough and you want to do more, then you want to check out No More 9 to 5. And if you want to get some head knowledge, there's masterminds that teaches all kinds of things, including this quantum stuff that Dagmar is talking about. So you want to join No More 9 to 5, and you can join for $1.11, and that money goes towards veterans. All proceeds go towards helping veterans. So what are you waiting for? Join No More 9 to 5 and increase your mind. The link is in the comments. So check it out. No more 9 to 5.
Well,
All
that's so
right.
amazing. But you know, I'll tell you a joke, Vera. Recently, I was listening to Bill Walsh, who said entrepreneurs are crazy people because they're the only ones who will walk away, who will work 100 hours a week in order not to work 40.
You know what? I know that's right. And that reminds me of a quote by James Michener, which I quoted last week, but I'm going to quote it again. The master in the art of living draws no distinction between his work and his play, his labor and his leisure, his mind and his body, his education or his recreation, his love or his religion. He hardly knows which is which. He simply pursues his vision of excellence through whatever it is he's doing and leaves it to others to determine whether he's working or playing. To himself, he's always doing both. And see, when you are working in your purpose and in your passion, it's not work. It's just like what Walsh said. You know, you could work 100 hours in a week and it not feel like work. You can be up until 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning and not even realize what time it is because you're not doing work. You're working in your passion and your purpose, and you're doing what it is that you're supposed to be doing.
Exactly. And you know, the beauty of that is that even 14 years later, since I walked away from my global consulting company, I still catch myself at times when I say to the universe, I can't believe I am paid for this because I love it so much, I would do it for free.
Absolutely. And that's how I feel about coaching and working with parents and their kids. It's like, this is not work to me. When you know that you're making a difference in people's lives, when you see transformation from what it is that you're doing, it's not work. It's your purpose, it's your passion. It's what you were designed to do. And so let me pull up a couple of things that you have here and let's talk about them. Now, unlock your success. That is your premier program. And this is where, tell us more.
Yeah, so in that moment of downloading the triple quantum reset modality, I also received a structure for massive transformation and catalytic change. And what that means is that usually entrepreneurs come to me at the time when they are feeling stuck. They are making the same amount of money, and no matter what marketing strategy they're using or how much effort they put into a business, it just seems that they are not moving forward, and they want to understand why. So when they come to Unlock Your Success program, it's a 5-month long program for mentorship where we go deeply into what's holding you back, that emotional base that is sabotaging you from expanding and growing your business and expanding in life. And then we consciously take effort to completely change your self perception through reprogramming exercises. So we're using neuroplasticity and the way the brain operates in order to, we can say, install a new operating system, a system that it provides you mental and emotional upgrade, just like when you move from Windows XP to Windows 11. And then we also go to the third level of change, and that is your habitual behaviors, because the actions you take create the results that you get. So now, with no emotional sabotage, with no limiting beliefs about what you can do, you're positioned for massive action forward, for big steps, for taking much bigger but calculated risks that have exponential results in your life.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then you've got a book, Guerrilla Education. Tell us about this.
I was so excited to be part of this project. This was created by my publicist, David Fagan, and he brought people together that have an unconventional way to help people expand. So I described my system in this book, and my chapter is called Unlearn Your Limits, because
Yes.
essentially that's what I do with my clients. I help them release these self-imposed shackles on what's possible for them, busting through them, breaking your cage open and saying, world, I am ready. What can I possibly achieve now? So I described that in Guerrilla Education book, and I highly recommend for everyone to tap into these beautiful readers and their stories of grabbing life by its horns and squeezing every juice out of it like a lemon.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And then you've got this new book, The Wildlife. So tell us about that.
Well, I was just a little bit excited about it. Can't you
Just
tell?
a little bit. Just a little bit.
Trying a little bit. Well, what I loved about The Wildlife is, again, this is a compilation book of people who have lived as rule breakers, trailblazers, people who are not restricted by conventional methods of living and working. And this book is particularly close to my heart because in it, I described my encounter with Ascended Master Pallas Athena, which is known to many people as Greek goddess Athena, in which she asked me to create this community of women leaders that will come together to create a support group focused on a very holistic success. And what I mean by holistic is the aspect of the body, mind, spirit connection, where we focus on personal growth, professional growth, but also spiritual expansion, knowing that we're all spirits in this physical body.
Yes, we are. But so are you saying that the spirit of Athena spoke to you?
Yes, she has. She showed up. And, you know, I am an avid channeler and as our audience probably deduced by now, an energy healer. And I do have this access to our consciousness, however, our worldly consciousness, the consciousness of spirits. And Pallas Athena is what we could call a master that ascended in wisdom and therefore can serve as a spirit guide. And for some reason, still perplexing to me, she has chosen me to initiate this amazing community, the roots of which go even back to the King Arthur and Excalibur, which you see in that sword, and bringing women leadership back into the current consciousness so that we can create harmony, peace, and joyous society as opposed to this constant patriarchal struggle for power.
Well, you know what? We've got a couple testimonials about Athena Circle. So let's take a few minutes and listen.
The Athena Circle is a high vibrational community of women who come together to encourage and support each other and allow them to then go out and serve the world around them in a bigger and a better way.
It is a collection of women who come together with the common aim of elevating humanity through our unique spiritual gifts, whether it's through our businesses, through our creativity, through how we show up as people. And we also are there for each other to help each other with that mission.
Everyone is really loving and welcoming and allows each other to speak, which is nice. I also love the way that Dagmar is a leader of the group, but she really lets everyone shine and she lets everyone contribute and participate. It feels like a very safe place to just develop our strengths and our talents and to come together as women, to develop personally, to develop spiritually, and to develop professionally as well.
Before I joined the Athena Circle, I felt like my heart was heavy and I was feeling disconnected. And so I was kind of seeking a connection to get back to feeling more positive. And the Athena Circle showed up in my universe, when I joined, I found like-minded women whom I could relate to and who I connected with, and who made a remarkable difference just by showing me this is what expansion feels like, this is what expansion looks like. They had been through a journey, they had the fear, they had the backpedaling, and I didn't feel so disconnected. I felt very connected to the women of the Athena Circle.
I kind of think of it like a
join the movement.
That is amazing. Absolutely amazing. Let me stop. I thought I'd play a little background music as they were talking. So, okay, let me pull down this book. And I actually do have, what time is it? Okay. I don't want to run out of time, and we've got so much more to talk about. And I have some other graphics for, to look at. And I know that, well, before I do though, let me do a commercial right quick, and we'll be right back.
In a world where authenticity is the key, unlock your brand's potential with ADM's game-changing marketing solutions. We craft striking logos that embody your brand's spirit and build websites that captivate and convert. Our lead generation strategies are tailored to your needs, driving growth and boosting your bottom line. And our content, well, it's not just content. It's a narrative, a story that connects and resonates with your audience. But here at ADM, we're about more than just exceptional services. We're about authenticity, about staying true to who you are and what you stand for, because realness, that's what makes a brand unforgettable. So if you're ready to elevate your brand with authenticity and excellence, follow this page. Dive deeper into the world of divine marketing and become part of our community. Because at ADM, we're not just about making brands, we're about making brands matter.
Let me tell you, ADM, Ariel Chime, Authentic Divine Marketing. If you are looking for someone to help promote what you're doing through videos and other kinds of things like that, she does an excellent job. And she is so authentic herself in creating these, and she'll do exactly what you're asking her to do. I have a couple of videos that she's done for me as well that are on this platform. But right now, we're going to continue talking, but you want to check out Ariel Chime, Authentic Divine Marketing. And I have put the link in the comments so that you can click on it and contact her. All right. Now, back to Dagmar. All right. There are a couple of other graphics that I have for you that I want you to share with us. What is this?
So that was another book that I was asked to be part of with the CEO and publisher of the Los Angeles Tribune, called The Moral Compass. And in this story, I was talking about the new integrity-driven leadership concept. So I chose to discuss a story of the Athena Circle that focuses on our notion of inclusivity. And what I mean by that is that we're living in a world that is so polarized and so divisive right now. Everyone tries to prove another person that their viewpoint is correct, whether it's a political view, religious view, or you name it. And in the Athena Circle, our number one value is your divine sovereignty, which means you are independent and you can live your life uniquely yours. Immediately followed by the second value called tolerance, because we believe that everyone has the right to express their views, their concepts, their faith in a way that resonates with them. So in the middle of our last year, we welcomed a transgender woman into our community. Unfortunately, a very conservative member became vehemently opposed to that inclusion and diversity. And she resorted to very aggressive comments and even attacks on social media. So this was a very difficult chapter in the history of the Athena Circle, because one is we believe that everyone has the right to their opinion, and even being super conservative in your approach and perhaps not being open to the diversity of gender expression is her unique right. What we could not stand for is any attacks, because our community is about inclusion.
Right.
And we had to make a decision as a community to let go of this lady and wish her well, but she did not match our core values.
Right.
So
Well,
go
let
ahead.
me ask you. One of my questions was, how did you deal with it? Now, when she started putting stuff on social media about this new member, how did you deal with that?
Well, she did it on my social media, so I chose to delete that because they were extremely derogatory. And while I believe in free speech, I do not believe in attacks. And
Absolutely.
and I have no problem being under attack as a leader of the community. However, I will always be protective of my members. And
Absolutely.
that was simply an unacceptable behavior. So we came as a community and discussed how we would like to move forward, and the decision was made jointly that probably the best course of action was to let this lady move into a different community where her views would be more in line with their values.
Tolerance is so, I mean, but we need to really go beyond tolerance. We need to be accepting, and we also need to be allies. I think about yesterday being Juneteenth and all the things that we went through as a people, and understanding how important it is to accept difference, to embrace difference, to love is the key. Love is the key, and that's what we got to look at. And I am already know, if you don't love yourself, then it's impossible to love other people. If you have issues with yourself, then you're bound to have issues with other people. And so understanding that, and that's what Dagmar does. She helps you to tap in to who you are, your core, your root, which is, that's what we have to do. That's where we have to go to become the best versions of ourselves. And when people are so close-minded that they want to attack other people, unacceptable. Unacceptable. Good for you, Dagmar.
And Vera, here's the fact that most people don't realize. We use other people as mirrors to what's going on within our own psyche. The people that are most judgmental are usually the ones that are most judgmental about themselves,
Yes.
because they can't handle their own self-deprecation, the judgment they hold against themselves. They redirect it and start attacking others.
Yes. And people understand, you have to work, we all have to work on ourselves. Nobody's perfect. We all have things we have to deal with to become the best version of ourselves. And the first thing we have to do is learn to love ourselves, because you can't love anybody else if you don't love yourself. So you got to love yourself. And I know you have a giveaway that you want to give. So do you want to talk about that?
Yes, thank you so much, Vera. Many of my clients struggle with unworthiness around money. And as you heard my story, I know a bit about the topic. So I wanted to share with everyone my free guide, 4 Ways Your Brain is Bankrupting Your Bank Account. And in this particular guide, I will dive into the core limiting concepts around money that sabotage your ability to get to the next level of your income potential.
Well, and see, we're not going to go over what those core things are because we want people to get this free handout. And if we tell them what it is, they may not pick it up. So we're not gonna delve into that. Um, it has really
I'm
been
going
a
to tell
pleasure.
you, it's a secret.
Yes, it's a secret. You got to get the link if
but
you
but
want
I'll
to know.
but I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
Most people run on a financial blueprint from their childhood. So whether we realize or not, brain science proves, and so does psychology, that what happened to us before the age of 7 is the most paramount in
Yes.
creating our concept of how the world operates, who we are, what we're capable of, and how we should show up in the world. So there is a lot of to uncover. And hint, hint, this guide comes with a special access to me through discovery and number one money block session. But to get there, you will have to read the guide.
Yes, and the guide for those of you that are listening on the podcast, you want to go to https forward slash, well, colon forward slash tinyurl.com forward slash brain dash guide. Let me repeat that again. https colon forward slash tiny T as in Tom INYURL.com forward slash brain dash guide. And I do have another commercial, and then we're going to come back. I do want to pay tribute to my sister whose birthday is today. You know what? No, this is what we're going to do. Instead of playing another commercial, I'm going to allow you to take a few minutes to share some final words. I'm going to then ask you to, if you could stick around before the end of after the end of my show so that we can talk for a minute. But I do want to pay tribute to my sister. So I'm going to give you the last words here.
Well, thank you so much, Vera, for allowing me to be part of this amazing journey that you are unfolding for your viewers and for your speakers. And to our viewers, my encouragement and invitation to everyone is to give yourself permission to dream bigger. It is amazing what's going to happen in your life if you literally open your eyes to the possibility that there are new opportunities coming your way, that there are new mentors waiting to show up at your doorstep to guide you to all potential that is dormant within you. I am witnessing this journey myself. Every year, I push myself to have this quantum exponential leap. I take my clients on this journey, and it is such a joy, such a fascinating ride to watch how your life can change in days, in hours, in minutes, if you simply start replacing impossible with I am possible, and this is possible for me. So I
I
wish you
love it.
success.
I love it. I love it. And if you are interested in contributing or donating to the Vera Thomas Show, then by all means, you can go to Cash App, Instill, $ Instill Great, Venmo at VT1117, or Zelle, Vera Thomas Show 1117 at gmail.com. I need your support to help me continue to produce quality shows. And with that, let me come back on. Dagmar, again, thank you. And we're going to end with just a little snippet in honor of my baby sister. She would have been 64 today, and we honor her. So let me just share this right quick. And we will see you all next week. Have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Okay, it's not playing. Hold on.
The Vera